Hey guys, welcome to a new video. I got a question here from Melissa on one of my last few videos, asking if essentially are there any benefits to purchasing an already existing website, a built website, instead of starting from scratch. I would say for most people, and this is going to be quite a long answer, but if you're looking to buy a website, you're going to get some advantages that other websites may have not had. So if you're buying a brand new website, not a brand new website, if you're starting a brand new website, certain things you don't have the luxury of. So time in the marketplace, maybe some content already created for you, maybe that generation of traffic. All buying a website does really is shortcut some of the actions that you have to take with the site, right? So for example, if I was to hire a virtual assistant to do, let's say, the first 4 months worth of work on the website, by then I can expect to see some traffic, some work on the site, and I can see a collection of articles. Maybe the website has, a good basis for its niche, its keyword research, its blogs, and the results are there. And what happens is at that point in time, you leave what I call the Google sandbox, which is really not something that I call it. That's what Google calls it, really. Are all SEOs, not really Google, but Google has its own sandbox for its employees, but that has nothing to do with it. That's a different conversation. But really, at that point in time, Google has already accumulated some of your content. You're already somewhat indexed. If not, every single article is indexed, assuming that it doesn't have any errors like duplicated content, anything like that. But also, it's been in the marketplace for a while. So when I go in with my virtual assistants or even by myself and I create some content to it, it will rank faster and there are faster results. So that's really the main benefit behind buying a website that already exists. The time in the marketplace helps. It helps acquire domain authority. It helps acquire some time, some mastery in the marketplace. That's really what the benefit is, all right? So it's a little bit less work and a little bit more time. And that's not for all cases. You guys have seen my video here where I talk about where I bought 2 websites. All websites are really different, to be 100% honest. Some websites have no time in the marketplace, really haven't been seen by anybody, but they have some content on there. They have some maybe some products for sale, and that's it, and they're ready to be sold. Some other websites, like I'm selling one of mine right now, and I'm really, really struggling to find a buyer. But the website has existed for years, and it's been making lots and lots of income. So it's different. Every website is a little bit different. Something that I will say on the flip side is that not all websites are even good to buy. Some are complete scams, and some are things you don't want to pay for. Flippa is a perfect place where you can find a ton of these quote-unquote scam websites. I don't want to call them scams because they're not necessarily scams. I think every buyer should do their own due diligence. But with that being said, a lot of these sites don't actually make the money that they say they do, especially for the smaller tier. And this is unfortunate because the people who are on the small end, who are on a tight budget, maybe they're buying a website for $1,000, $4,000, $10,000, they're the ones who are going to struggle, unfortunately, dealing with this kind of stuff. When you pass, I think it's like over 70,000 or something like that on Flippa, you have to verify income. You have to verify all kinds of documents for your business. Other smaller ones really don't have to do that. And I'll just kind of talk about what are a few things that you could get scammed on. So, for example, with blogs, like let's just use this one as an example. It says here that the net profit is $25, which is not much, but this is probably, I'm not going to actually call this website out because maybe this is good, $25, but there's a lot of websites that won't actually make any money, and they'll just cough it up to guest posting. So they'll say, yeah, somebody paid me to guest post on my website. The reality is you have to look at the traffic, you have to look at the success on the website, you have to look at a whole bunch of different things, and a lot of the things are not, I guess you could say, advertised as they seem. So and this is not pointing, I'm not pointing out this specific site, but a lot of them. And you have to pay attention to the type of content. You have to read through the content. You have to see really what's going on the site so you can get a valid evaluation to really understand what's going on. So something I like to do is I like to look at how is it monetized and if there's any proof behind the monetization. So here we have Ahrefs, Google Analytics, SEMrush, thumbnails. Let's see what these thumbnails are. Yeah, so this means nothing. Google Search Console, domain authority, age, that's fine, but it doesn't actually show how the website was monetized. So most likely the earnings here, it says here, look at this. So it says monetization options, Amazon affiliate, Google AdSense, and guest posting. Well, where are the screenshots that prove that you made 50 in June, you made 25 in May? They don't exist. So it's just basically, this person could say, oh, well, it was guest posting. Okay, well, if it was guest posting, were the emails saying, hey, I want to buy this, I want to do this, I want to pay X amount to guest post on the site, etc. There's none of that here. There's none of that information. And what happens is you're going to buy this website. Let's say you spend $1,000, which is really not much, but still, it's still a lot of money. I mean, you could do a lot with $1,000. Who knows? I mean, if you're on a budget, you could buy grocery for your family for God knows how long. But anyways, $1,000, right? You're thinking it's going to make you $25 a month, right? So at the minimum, it will take, if you don't do any work to the website, right? And I wish it was like this, but it's not. 1,000 divided by 25, you're going to say, okay, it's going to take me 40 months to get my money back, assuming I do nothing to the website, absolutely nothing. Then what happens is you look at the actual website, right? So what's the website here? Car seat reviews. We can go ahead and click on it. And you read through the website and you say, well, I can do some things to improve this. Let's go ahead and click on some of the links here. Okay, well, I don't see any affiliate links on this website, right? Let's see what these are. These are related posts, so they're not affiliate links. So it's definitely not affiliate income. So where's the guy making the income? There is no ads on the website, so he's not making money through the ads. So he's not making money, period, on the site. He's just throwing up random numbers. And like I said, small sites don't have verification on their income with Flippa, right? So nobody's going to sit here and say, well, from flippa.com to verify these kind of things. So you will run into different scams and kind of things like that. And once again, I don't know if you would call it a scam. I'm not one of these guys that label everything a scam. There are some people that say, well, this is a scam and that's a scam and this is a scam. I'm not one of those kind of people. But at the same time, the money that you're claiming it made didn't actually make, and there's no proof behind that. And then what they'll do is they'll cough it up to, guest posting, right? And so you say, okay, well, where are the guest posts? And they'll say, well, no, we have a collection of other websites that they get guest posting on, and then we put the guest posting on there. So then you'd say, okay, well, where are the links that it's guest posted to? And they'll just come up with any kind of excuse. And I've been down the road so many times with stuff like this. I'm always in the market to look to buy websites. But the main reason why I'm actually looking to buy a website, I'll be 100% honest with you, is tax deductions, tax write-offs. The reason why I'm doing that is because legally I get to, pay for a website, and that is a cost against my tax bill. But what happens is if I hire virtual assistants, if I do all these kind of things, you got to think, for me to manage a virtual assistant to get certain level of work done, let's say I need 60 articles written, I need it at a certain level, and I also need it at a certain price. It doesn't make sense to just spend a crazy amount for something that's not worth. So for example, if I'm hiring virtual assistants and it comes, let's say the math comes out to $5 an article, when they're my own virtual assistants and they work for me permanently. Well, that's actually a pretty good deal financially. But if I was to go hire somebody on Fiverr or something, I might end up paying $40, $50, $60 an article, right? Because they're not my virtual assistants, they're just freelancing. Well, if I go buy a website that's pre-built like this from somebody else, right? I could buy a website with 60 articles and it's had some time in the market and it's had some benefits and all these kind of great things. But also there could be a situation where it might not. And it might seem fake, kind of like something like this. Now, once again, I'm not calling this website out fake. I'm not trying to insult anybody or anything like that. But that's the reality. That's the reality of it. And for most people, buying websites is something you're gonna have to really look into. It's not something you just be like, yeah, this is cool, let me just buy it, because most of them are not worth buying. The overwhelming majority. I've been struggling. I have 2 websites for sale on Flippa, and I've been struggling to get a sale because they're in the higher numbers. And I just find that a lot of people on Flippa don't. I mean, the amount of transactions that go through on Flippa are not in the high ranges. A lot of people list high range websites on Flippa, but they're just not selling. Maybe because the customer base doesn't have that much money. And I see that a lot of people who message me to see the website, not on YouTube, but through Flippa, because there's something called the Flippa help desk and all these kind of things, where you could see here, I have like 18 unread messages. I'm not going to, most people don't have the actual income and they just want to see it. And I could actually see how much income they have because they have to be verified in order to see my listing. And there are some people who are not verified because they don't have the money, but they just want to see it anyway. And that's like most people. So, you run into a lot of different things, but those are just the 2 main benefits for me, right? Is that I get to save a little bit of time, and the website has a lot of time in the marketplace. It helps from a Google standpoint, but also tax deductive purposes. And once again, the tax deductive purposes, I don't want to just, if I have the opportunity to spend 25% less and still do the tax deduction, that's better. And that's why buying may be a potential option. Like I said, it just depends on the business, depends on the website. Not all of them are created equal. So I don't want to sit here and act like that, but that's kind of my reasoning as to why. All right, so hopefully that helps out. And yeah, that's all I got to say. By the way, I'm not sure if anybody has had any experience buying on Flippa before. So if you do, leave them in the comments down below. Was it a good experience? Was it a bad experience? I'm just curious. So I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching, and peace out. Bye.